potential for those top 4 teams. And if you want to talk about that kind of lack of confidence and where those upsets would come in, it would be like a FaZe underperforming the way that they have in the past at times. And then also the MOUZ question with all the rumors surrounding Yimfat as well was one that was kind of like, maybe MOUZ is going to come in and have a little bit of a struggle bus.
But they looked sick. They looked
really fine. Yeah, they looked solid. But obviously the tier of competition is going to help them out. Here we go, live into the pistol round. Sinner is going to be starting on that CT side. Oscar with a decent game yesterday with some of his isolated impact. It was Shock, I think that was the impressive one for me, and he's going to get a test here at the pistol.
Yeah, the slow start yesterday and still finished on top. So Shock looking to open things up, and he's got be under a lot of pressure here. He's inside of the temple. Eventually leaving. It's going to be the first opening pick for the CT side of Sinners. Oh, Oscar, that is what we're talking about. That'll wake you up in the morning if you're Eclot. Getting blasted away by a triple from Oscar. And Daitor now left alone to try and come around the corner, and Beastic just stands in the right spot. 1-0, Sinners pick up the pistol.
That's a little sequence and a half for Oscar. Not bad at all.
No, really
I don't think he even expected to get those 3 headshots.
Nope.
He was maybe expecting 1, and he got a couple gifts there at the end. Good shooting from Oscar. Good trades, and you could just see how cautious Sinner was playing against these Glocks. Everyone kind of bailing out and trying to get to an advantageous position with the USP and the P2K. It's Oscar who shuts down the hit as Eclot. They try and split that A bomb site, but with Shock retreating all the way over towards Temple, they felt really uncomfortable actually moving into the bomb site. So the audible is called and Oscar's able to take advantage. Sinner's up 1-0. And no investment in the round for Eclot. A little bit of utility just to try and pull something off, but unarmored Glocks mean this should be easy.
Yeah. It's going to be melted away here. 2-0 start for Sinners being teed right up. We got 2 Mikeys here in the EU RMR. We got Mikey for Unity. A Mikey here on Sinners. Turns out everyone wants to be like Mike.
Everybody wants to be like Mike.
Duda. Here's Beastic, ready to shut down the attack up towards B. It is no problem as Forcey gets involved. And he's 1v3.
Oh, this nade.
This nade is gonna not do much.
Needed.
It was a nice idea.
Yeah,
but if he was a little bit more like Mike, he might have got that slam
right, yeah. If he put some muscle into that toss, that could have been intriguing. I mean, if he had found Beastic, this would have been a fantastic round. It's still a pretty good round considering what Eclot brought into it, right? Like unarmored Glocks, 2 kills, taking control of B lane. You'd expect that to get shut down relatively easy, but not quite the case. And Forcey's still got a chance to grab one more.
Just looking to do as much damage as possible. They've got leftover money so they can buy in the next round. I used to go to this, I think maybe you have in the past, Jason, go to the V4 festival tournament.
Yes, in Budapest.
So you ended up having a lot of the teams from the Czech Republic, and you had teams from Slovakia, teams from Romania, etc. These teams would come and play at this tournament, and I think you would see a lot of these Czech teams really perform very well. And there's a lot of surprising players coming out of the region at those tournaments, but they never really quite took the step up in any other tournament. But I think there was a lot of exciting players, and I recognize a lot of them on the server today. So
yeah, it's I mean, I think you can see kind of within these teams. I mean, it's kind of like the standard of teams at this level, where you can see some skill on the players. It's kind of like the team setup isn't quite there. The organization to be able to set up the players to let that skill shine is pretty hit or miss, as we saw from Sinners yesterday as well. We're going to go for an aggressive push down the B ramp. Here are the footsteps. Getting around the corner is Beastic, coming through the smoke, and Forzy's ready. And they think that was the only push.
Yeah, this might work out well for Mikey. But they are considering it. Forcy has eyes on this position. And, he was pretty diligent about clearing it, but Mikey's still able to come out on top of that fight in a 4v3 for the Sinners to play with early doors here on the CT side. Still a minute left for Eclot. Blitz. Ready to come out of cave. This is going to be a big play. If he can get it over Mikey. Oh, Mikey couldn't see him at all. Great clearance from Blitz to track his opponent around that corner, even out these numbers at 45 seconds in the round. Bomb now has the B bomb site. Sinners will have to pull off a retake if they want to pick this one up, and that means throwing the AWP of Oscar into the danger zone.
Yeah, well, Oscar's, I feel like, been in a situation where he's been dead about 3 times in this little exchange. A very cautious flank in middle, waiting to make sure the retake is underway, and that's a freebie, and that's a big weapon taken out. And now Sinners have no exit out of cave. And you almost hate to do it, but you have to save. You can't go for this whatsoever. Bomb's going to go off, and Eclot have their first round. And one more gun taken away, just the MP9, but it all counts. 2-1.
Yeah, because of some of that damage that they were able to dish out to the CT side economy earlier on in the game, you can see Sinners, after conceding just one, they're down to pretty tough territory when it comes to a purchase here. You've got that saved M4. Marisco can buy something, but the aggressive B stance looked like it was going to get a little bit more done. I mean, he got 2 kills and it still did not work out for them. Kriaz is a player that's, I think is the definition of a journeyman. He's had a ridiculous amount of teams, 14 teams. One of them Wings Up, Jason. He's from Sweden, and he played for the Chinese team Wings Up, so he's been all over the show. Just like Mikey, pushing out in towards the B lane. Kriaz, Detour able to get rid of them all. And Marisco doing what he can down from the elbow. It's going to be Bullets getting knocked off the top of the ledge.
Yep. 3v4. Oscar in the cave with his 5-7, but the AK-47 still doing work, and Sinners getting picked apart. This is going to be all the money gone for the defense. So Eclot have found themselves in a nice position to take control of the opening stages of this half after losing the pistol. Shock with this final push to see if he can just grab one away. But even if he gets this kill, now they know where he is. Now they can commit to the B-bomb site, and Kriaz is waiting. Nice easy kill, 2-2.
Yeah, and that's a full reset for Sinners because that was an investment. They threw everything they had really into winning this one, and sometimes the aggressive maneuver can create enough chaos that those weaker weapons can get involved in those close quarter combat fights down B lane, but this time just getting tossed away by Quad in.
And that's going to be an interesting thing to keep track of throughout this half of Counter-Strike, because we saw like the map win rates between these two teams on Ancient, obviously heavily in the favor of Eclot, and I feel like when you get teams that have such a big disparity in terms of how good they are in Ancient, really a lot of it comes down to how well, you know, the weaker team can control B lane, which is going to be a problem. Those CT side pushes down middle, down B ramp, they can be so effective. But you know, if you're coordinated and you can play this map well, you can handle a lot of that pressure. And Eclot's shown that in the first gun round. We'll see what happens moving forward. That's a nice.
All right.
Yeah. Detour didn't expect that. Detour?
I think Detour sounds better, doesn't
Detour?
it? And the why?
How do you want to handle NBQQ? Any ideas?
Nickelback. MBQ. Q.
Thank you. Yes, you've been a great help. Kriaz. Oh.
Well, Kriaz is going to do everything required. You'll just make sure Shock doesn't get involved in this.
I really want to call him N Barbecue.
Yo, that would be, but it's not barbecue.
But it's not barbecue. I know. That's my problem.
What could it be though if it was M barbecue? You know, we got KBBQ, was Korean barbecue.
I know.
But this could be like Nigerian barbecue.
Ooh, that's a good shout.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like. Nigerian barbecue.
I bet it's delicious. It sounds like it would be delicious.
It looks great, gotta say. Looking it up, I'd like some of that.
Beautiful. Skewers.
Yep, a lot of skewers, a lot of what looks like meat.
Yeah. I'm into
And
it.
fish, Jason. We know how much you love fish.
Yeah, not my favorite of the food groups.
No, that would be beef.
Beef.
Well, that was the highlight, really.
What a round it was, though.
What a round it was.
What a round it was.
Well, we will remember.
We'll always have the USP 2-tap.
Yeah.
All right, Sinner's back to a bye, but there's no AWP in the hands of Oscar. His AWP is still over in the hands of Forzy, having lost it in the first gun round.
Doof.
Complete control of B lane for Eclot. A nice little launching pad for whatever comes next. Utility to cross safely towards middle and clear out cave, looking for any kind of a peek. And now complete control. Mikey's just going to look for an indication of a peek, and he'll be able to drop the smoke. And actually, they will prioritize the B ramp. Do you see, I forget who threw it.
The flashbang for...
The Mongols, was it a Mongols player?
It was a LinVision player, I think.
LinVision, yeah, that flashbang was nasty.
That was really cool.
I feel like every pro player should have downloaded that at this point.
Yeah, I remember watching like Austin's channel and just watching him freak out.
Oh, what
okay.
What a cat.
NBQQ. Oh my god. Okay, you must have a very strong aftershave because Oscar somehow smelt you out there inside of the temple.
It's probably someone like being like, hey, mid's wide open. We have no eyes on mid. Yeah. But I feel like he had that kill to like rights, and he like held the trigger for an extra
second. Look at Detour.
second.
Look at this. He slipped out Donut. He's found some space here, and his teammates need to come through because look at the time. 14 seconds left. That's all they've got. 10 seconds now at this point. And off the top of the boost, there's still Shock, and it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Eclot had some space. They had some moves. And never really found themselves in a competitive position.
Yeah, I think there's two big mistakes there. Obviously, the first one being NBQQ kind of missing that opportunity to take down Oscar, which seemed like a free kill from behind. I don't know why he felt like he didn't have a clean shot the first go-around. And then at the end there, Detour just kind of, you know, when there's 15 seconds on the clock, you really have to make a play to help your teammates get out of A main, right? You can't just sit behind that smoke. Ooh,
he's solid, guys, I think. He's solid.
Yeah,
Oscar.
it's heavy B.
Yeah, frustration, and that makes sense.
We've all been in that kind of situation, right? No matter what level you play it, and it's as frustrating.
The cave smoke missed, though.
Oh, yep, it has. Morisco, Mikey off to a flying start here. Blitz having to battle his way. And he takes damage on board. Luckily still alive, though, because he was whispers away from death. And now look at this play. Straight up the B ramp. Two players going in. Bomb in the back of 4C. And Blitz starting to move out of cave. So the last three remaining members of Eclot trying to get in towards this B bomb site.
And look at the utility advantage for the CT side. This retake, when it comes in, can be very, very powerful.
Big swing. Detour goes into the fight. B-stick to go down. Shock making sure, even while blinded, he's able to take Detour out in response. So Sinners stay up with a player, but they're all coming in from the same side. They've got no flanks through B lane. They've got no flanks up through the ramp. So this is quite a suffocating retake attempt. At least they've got a couple of pieces of utility. Two smokes and a Sindari. So here they go. Smoke's going out. Time is starting to tick on, but 4C is now severed off from the bomb site. He's got to reposition and go all the way around. And this gives a small timing, but there's a molly left.
Yeah, and you got to drop back. They've just used both their smokes on ramp and cave, so you're feeling good about this. Yeah, you got to get it down right now. Oh, there it is. I don't think that's going to be enough. He's got full HP and it's missed thrown.
Missed anyway. That was an ambitious Molotov. That was for cave. And it did not land anywhere near its intended position of default. But Sinners collect themselves a 4-3 scoreline off the back of that retake.
I just want to give a shout out because Hugo B. Byron would have won that round. He has that Molotov locked in.
I think you have to go further.
He throws it from behind the double doors on the box, right?
Box, yeah.
Yeah. But that is a Hugo B. Byron favorite, especially on the T-pistol rounds.
Also knows it, which I was shocked about.
Stunna knows the Molotov as well.
No one believed him, and then he won the round with it, so
that's true.
But anyway, enough about those guys.
Back to professional Counter-Strike.
Just a little bit of self-indulgence, of course. 4-3 scoreline as Sinners have a small lead, and this does feel like it has a close battle written all over it. Such a back-and-forth start to the game so far.
I think that lost round of the flank from NBQQ and the Detour finding all that space in the 8-bomb site, I think that's kind of thrown Eclot off their game a little bit. I wonder if that's going to have an impact down the stretch, because that's a round that they feel probably 100% slipped away from them, despite having everything they could have possibly wanted. Is there a gap in that smoke on the other side? Kriaz is going to have to wait for it to fade away.
Oscar's position is perfect to watch for that boost or any kind of run up the ramp. It's good to have the AWP on this side of the map. Sinner's not aware of it yet, but soon will be. That Eclot are quite heavily committed to to their endeavors towards the B bomb site. So Mikey taking Blitz out of Cave. That takes one of the prongs to the approach away from Eclot. And this does start to feel very uncomfortable. 30 seconds left. Finally, they get that kill in Cave, but they've got to start moving. Utility being lined up. This time the molly will be effective. Actually, no, it missed as well. Fireworks as it comes in. And Oscar able to peek in towards Cave. Detour's taken down. They're severed off by the utility. And with the last ditch effort, that bomb is sprinting back to the A site via Donut. And there's still a player here. Shock can stop this bomb from even going down. MBQQ has to commit to it. And Shock is playing his life perfectly. Bomb goes down. Job done. Eclot not really dealing with the time in the round very well.
No, I mean, Shock had all the advantages there, and you could see like just a really good just stutter steps and like little jiggles to make NBQQ feel like the fight was going to come in, and just realizing if I can just hold him off, make sure I'm fighting him around 4 or 5 seconds, there ain't no chance. Sinners now stepping up. First gun round looked like maybe Eclot was going to have a big advantage on this T side in terms of the way they were playing it, but now you could see Sinners coming back in and winning some of these fights and shutting down any of the progress.
Well, commitment for Eclot, keeping it simple, more of a direct hit as it comes in towards this A bomb site.
You know what's interesting is last time they played this map, it was a 13-5 victory for Sinners. So despite the fact that that win record in the map graphic is so heavily in favor of Eclot, Sinners able to do a pretty good job in their last engagement. Shock behind the big box is going to handle this okay. 1 for 1 as well for his teammate Morisco. So a bomb site is lost for the moment, but plant is being delayed. All of Sinners is here, and they need to get this bomb planted before those smoke fades because they don't have the weaponry to hold off any kind of a retake. They have recovered an M4, but it's on a low HP player. The op on Forzy is in position, but that's going to be very hard to stem the tide of retaking CTs.
Oh, Oscar, his patience pays off. Forcing want to take that fight, and Mikey gets a double. And despite getting into the bomb site, there was never a comfortable time to plant the bomb. So Eclot, again, it's a tough round to have to swallow, but at least they get a few kills on the board, and it wasn't the end of the road because they can get an investment out here.
Those quicker paced A hits have, like, historically on this map been so dangerous, but teams have gotten very, very good of doing just enough of applying pressure on the rotation to like stall out the utility that's up, that stall out the bomb plant and make things easier for themselves at the end of the day.
And I think it's pretty obvious when it's likely to happen, right? Because you have a feeling that if we stop them B so many times, it does feel like this is likely to be an A play.
Well, the low buy rounds, like every map has like that fast pace, you know, low buy Tech 9 round. Here it's sometimes is this A push nuke, the upper bus, you know, Inferno, potentially Banana or up middle. Yeah. Every map has that kind of low buy, fast paced hit that teams have to have in their back pocket.
Straight to the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
Yep, like we're going top hit.
You're like, we don't really have great weapons and I have no real good ideas. Let's just rush in.
Yeah, let's roll the dice, gamble with our life. D-lane taken by Krias. It's a very quick play here from Not a fan of that.
That's a round you want to have back.
That's in the low lights, for sure. Yeah. Not Mikey's proudest moment.
Don't worry, we caught it on stream.
Yes, indeed, we did. It is now on the internet forever. For the first time in a while, Jason, Eclot with a 5v4, and they can slow things down, but the problem is they've just been running out of time on these B executes.
Oh, that's good spam though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they have the benefit this time of, you know, you can slow it down after you get that opening.
Well, look how many players are here, Jason.
I know, it's a really good read from Sinners, but remember, they said we've stopped you at the A bomb site a couple of times, so just as you mentioned, you stop them at the B bomb site, you expect that A push, now Sinners is like, we've stopped you at the A bomb site. You gotta pick and cave. So yeah, a big risk considering you literally have no information anywhere on the map. Nobody in middle. And it's getting to the point now where there's not enough time for Eclot to readdress and move around the map.
Yeah, their hope is that MBQQ can get a good flank going here through red. He could be a danger man, but that fight goes in. Shock to fight into the cave. There's got to be a call to go now, and these T's are picking up kills, but will they pick up The fact there's another player hiding for them. Morisco gets a double out of the cubby. Now it's Oscar in the 1v1 up against the Swede of Kriaz.
Oh, where's...
And get that AWP out of here.
What?
What is
No!
happening? Oscar, bro. Oh, okay. A lot of risk involved in that one, Jason. And it doesn't work out. Kriaz able to take him down in the 1v1 fight.
Bro.
Another low light.
That round
maybe he was told by a teammate, hey, Ken, you're on your right side, you know? And he's like, oh, yeah, you must be behind me. And then he's like, seriously, guys, look at where it is.
He must have thought it was much, much closer to be that nonchalant with the AWP.
I don't think Oscar would have done that, yeah. I bet he just realized in that moment, oh, no. Well, still a good buy for Sinners, and oh god, the double stack is gone. Morisco just aggressive down middle. They try a boost of Rel, but combined with the flashbang and the bullets, it is instantaneous death for 2 on Eclot. They can't catch a break right now. 2-player deficit. Blitz nearly gets it back though.
Yeah, they got to be really careful, Sinners. On the verge of handing back this big advantage. Really, really light on utility for Sinners. They've got a smoke nade and flash left for the rest of the round at 1 minute and 25 seconds. Kriaz going to start working his way in towards Jaguar, towards Cave. And once again, a heavy stack towards this B bomb site. You've got Shock in good position and Donut to gather information and play safely for A and mid.
Oscar can't comfortably re-peek that. So he's just going to have to maintain it. Oh my god. Forsey, there's no way you're ready for this. There's no way. His teammate goes down so that Forsey can live. And 39 seconds left. Kriaz is spotted inside of Cave. You know where the last 2 remaining players are. And Morisco is just going to play back on default with 30 seconds left for these 2 Ts to try and get their way into the B-bomb site. But the cavalry has arrived. And killed for Kriaz though. Oscar stepping up with the AWP, and Shock will close it with his sidearm. So that ends up being a 7-4 scoreline, as Sinners are starting to get into a real comfortable position to close out this half 8-4, because money is now in the bin again for Eclot on the majority of players.
Yeah, they've hit a nice little rhythm here, Sinners. 3-round lead. Money's pretty busted for Eclot. Galil's coming out, Tech 9 on Detour, Kriaz with the Mac 10. Love to get this 5th and final round.
Well, they're going back to the A play.
Tried and true. This time, though, both defenders at the point of attack. Oh, missed opportunity, and Shaw can't handle it. And oh boy, this one has gone south. And the Eclot is going to get their 5th round. You don't seem happy, Deco.
No, I am really surprised that.
It's funny, you just kind of mentioned you can usually tell when that fast-paced A play is going to come in, and they were woefully unprepared.
Well, it looked like they were kind of.
They had the right setup.
But they just missed.
Yeah. It's like they had the right setup, but they didn't fully believe.
So 5 rounds now for Eclot. The fast A tactic works out perfectly this time for them. Beastic obviously going to go and just pad the stats a little bit. No way he's winning this round. Kriaz drops him with a Mac 10, 7-5 scoreline. And we're expecting a close enough game here today in this matchup. And so far, it looks like it's going to deliver that. Mistakes from both teams.
Which we kind of mentioned you should be expecting at this level.
Yes, definitely. Especially with familiarity with each other.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, these games do tend to get scrappy, these regional battles, and they've obviously played each other a lot.
Mm-hmm. Seven series in 2024.
Well, there's
8th one.
I know there's been like these Tip Sport cups.
Yeah, you know all about those ones.
I know about them from looking into the teams coming into the event.
Yeah.
Because they're like they're played every season, so I think there's like 4 of them. There's like winter, spring,
Unity
summer,
playing
fall
that as well. And I mean,
yep, and they'll be playing later on today.
There's something to be said about those competitions too, because if you look into that, there's 3 teams that quite often compete in those.
Eclot, Sinners, and Unity.
And they're all here at the RMRs.
And they're all here at the RMR.
Seeing an elevation in performance.
So yeah, you and there's I think they're only really 4-team events. So these teams are playing each other quite a bit at these events taking place in Prague constantly throughout the year.
Sampi's got to feel pretty sad about not being here.
I don't know. They won $639, getting 4th place.
Great. They have one player called the Elive.
Elive.
The Elive.
The Elive.
That's his name. It's sick. Oscar already up into the B-bomb site. Going into the fight. Detour coming out with a great headshot. And now Shock is moving through into the back lines. Oh, they're all lining up. It could be beautiful. And Marisco is going to take the majority of those. So
yeah, that's a mistake from Eclot. Look at how everyone's just like 4 players all die at the same choke point. Like you need to spread out wider so that you can actually stop that long push. Everyone really bottlenecked in tunnel vision on one single choke point. Shock only gets the 1 kill, but if his teammate Marisco doesn't get 3, he's going to clean him up. So protocols on this pistol, not great. And that's both pistols now for Sinners, which bodes very, very well in a best of 1.
Terrorists win.
Way to go, Mikey! How does Marisco get a triple kill and Mikey's the player of the round for planting the bomb? That seems...
well, they would.
That seems unreasonable.
Yeah.
I want to just throw that out there.
Well, I guess they just technically wouldn't have won the round without the bomb plant in a weird...
I bet they would have.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a 4-on-1.
But the AI doesn't really... You know, the computer doesn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's a good indication that we're not going to be taken over quite yet. We've still got time. We've still got a couple years.
At least 6, I would imagine. That's the estimate out there in the world.
6?
6 years.
Next 6 years are going to be great, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, maybe the best 6 years.
Make the most out of those 6 years.
Yeah.
Detour. He's got himself an MP9. He's not the only one, though, on his team. Blitz also picking one up.
Unfortunately, it looks like Sinners have no problem just marching into the B bomb site. Seems to be the plan, and they got plenty of weapons in terms of the MAC-10s to go kind of investigate this B bomb site. Already Molotovs are up. They threw out smokes, got no counter utility. So the indication might be there that they have the potential to just walk in and the freedom to just walk in, and they do it before the smoke plumes. That's not ideal. That is another nade against the wall that bounces back into you, and a Molotov now. And if you're Eclot, that kill might prompt you to stick around and continue going for things. Smoke towards B ramp indicates they want to go for this retake. But at the same time, this still feels low percentage despite the man advantage.
Here they come. All in. Chips to the middle of the table. Forces got 1, and the rest of the results are expected.
Terrorists win.
Sinners, they lose 3 players, but they collect the 9th round. I think that's a trade they will take all day long, and they're going to get 10 off the back of it as well, because money is in the bin for Eclot. It will be map suicide to buy here. So you're going to allow 10 rounds to go the way of Sinners, and we're getting to the end here of Ancient.
A curious peek from Oscar. Curious nade.
If you look at Sinners so far in this tournament, I think they're going to be relatively happy with some of the matchups they've had, right? You had your opening game against Saw. As far as opening games go, that's reasonable. Like, that's a pretty winnable game as we see them pick it up. Then you play Na'Vi in the second game, sure, you get smashed. But then your one-on-one game is against a team you're so familiar with. Like, that's a pretty decent run of the RMR if you're Sinners.
Yeah, so far it's not bad. Although if you go 2-1, you're looking at that and you're like, we're gonna draw. You know, we could draw. You know, anyone but Na'Vi really. FaZe,
yeah,
MOUZ.
you have a lot of the good teams in this 2 brackets,
right.
But
Vitality's still in there.
yeah, I mean, if Sinners are to make it, they're obviously going to be one of the 2-2 teams. You would imagine, right? They would have to go 3-2.
Well, I think also if you're Sinners, you're hoping Na'Vi kind of lose your match later on because that's another one of the best. One of those teams would qualify, and then you don't have to worry about playing Na'Vi again.
True.
And then, of course, you only have one of those top 4 teams that you can really be drawn against. But yeah, so far, I think they're going to be okay with how this Swiss system has panned out for them. P-Stick, dead. Of course.
Now, 3 versus 4. Eclot just hanging on to whatever they've got. Little upgraded pistols. Other side of the map, so no real fights going down anytime soon. You ever been to Prague, Jason?
I haven't. It's been on my list.
It's one of my favorite cities in the entire planet, bro.
I think the only thing that's ever held me back from pulling the trigger is at some point I've been told by a number of people it's a destination for British stag parties.
Yes. But
which kind of scares me.
well, as long as you don't go to any cheap pubs, you generally
Should be
all right.
fun.
Yeah, and you can hear them, so they kind of let you know where they're going to be, because you can hear them a long way off.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
you know, there's some great.
They are allowed people.
Yeah, they definitely are. And the later the night goes, the louder they get, Jason. So I wouldn't let them ruin your time, though. I will go experience it.
I appreciate that. One day.
Plus, after Brexit, they're not there that much anymore. So
Yeah, you guys did us all a favor. Molotovs are out for both sides. Mid control for Eclot's defense. Oh, careful, Mikey. You got a lot of space to work with, but if you try and go too far and get too much more,
Like
yeah, a
that.
little greedy and over eager. Over eagy?
he's an eager beaver. Oscar waiting and started the smoke.
It's a pretty nasty position.
That actually works so well for Oscar, but it's a 1v5.
Yeah, I think Sinner's maybe not patient enough with that
He's
kind
in
of.
another fight, dude. He's got another kill here on Kriaz.
Yeah, I mean, they can't win the round.
No.
It's not going to happen. But I think Sinners could have played that more patiently. Look at how much time is on the clock, because they wanted that lurk smoke and that pressure from Oscar and his teammate and Mikey.
Dude, it's a 1v2, and he's got
Okay.
a minute left.
Okay, he could win it, I guess technically. I don't know.
Dude, they're separated as well. Like,
I don't-
if Forsey misses the shot here, this could get a little messy.
It's still so far away, even if he misses this. Oh my sweet Jesus.
Jesus, take the wheel. Here he goes. Oscar, sound is going to give him away here. So should be out of the realms of possibility. But we said that a few times in this round, and we're letting Oscar give it a go now. You're going to give him a chance, because this guy is experienced to no end, and he's looking for Forsey on the side of the smoke. Oscar's got it down, and oh, so close. One bullet would have done it. He had his crosshair in the right place, but not to be. Almost a 1v5 for Oscar.
Yeah, we mentioned it yesterday. Like, he's such a specialist in clutches. He's actually very, very good in clutches, but I don't even think he did anything special in this round
they
to
just
get it that
messed it up.
close. I just think Eclot's playing the game of let's find a way to lose. Like, neither of those first two fights had to happen in the 1v4.
He's like, the coach replay just walking around. What the hell were you doing? What are you doing?
It's like that David Hasselhoff in Dodgeball.
I've never seen that.
Never seen Dodgeball?
Nope.
Oh, Dinko. We've got some... I know what we're doing.
Are you watching Dodgeball?
We're watching Dodgeball.
It's a 2004 film.
Oh, it's fantastic. It really is.
With Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller, Jason. All right.
Yeah. You don't even know it's about to hit you in the face, and it's going to be a dodgeball or a wrench.
When Ben Stiller's got a mustache like that in the movie,
It's powerful.
I'm down to watch
It's
it.
like a Rush mustache.
Oh, some damage down to Blitz early on. He's still trying to be aggressive down the elbow, but eventually gets out of there. Kriaz is taking B lane.
Look at what it's done to the economy of Eclot. 3 MP9s out of that victory. What an absolute blunder. To give Oscar that many kills in a 4-on-1. Unforgivable, especially when you're trying to make this comeback happen at 5-10.
You know, especially because they didn't even let him win the 1v5. If they did that, I would have respected them, because we would have been talking about how good Oscar is as well.
Right.
But
If you're going to get it that close, at least give us the highlight.
yeah, come on, guys.
Very selfish of you guys to win that round. I cannot believe it.
Exactly. Sinner is worried about leaving the double doors. Eventually, everybody is here, so they will go through together.
You got 2 MP9s with no utility and an AWP with a Molotov and a nade. Forzy's going to have the first crack at it. B-Stick might just walk right into this. He needs to swing fast, and he does not.
He peeks very slowly,
You know, jiggling with the MAC-10.
just giving them the elbow. There you go. Good work down for the tees. Create a little bit of space here for Sinners to play with, and with that smoke, going up and forcing a couple of these CTs behind it. Oh, Forcey though, going down in the cave. That's a disastrous play. The AWP falling, and the chances now dwindle to 0 for Eclot. Detour's committed on the side of the smoke, and he's even spotted but Marisco when they picked up AWP.
This round is really won by Oscar in the previous with all those kills. There's no stopping power for Eclot. They're limited on utility because they didn't have the money. They're limited on weaponry with MP9s because they didn't have money to get M4s or didn't have the M4s from the previous round. Like, this round never needed to happen for Eclot. Just a massive mistake in a 4-on-1. And that's probably going to be the round. I mean, it's interestingly enough, that clutch that Oscar can't win is actually the winning round for Sinners in this map.
Dude, you were saying, you know, there's no chance because there really shouldn't have been any chance. It was absolutely wild how many circumstances just sort of presented.
Even the final kill that Oscar got killed on in that clutch is like he turns and he knows where the next fight's gonna be. Yeah. Just and it would have been unfortunate. He turns into his own smoke and doesn't have clean vision.
Yeah. Otherwise he would have won it.
But he still did all the work necessary to set his team up for the victory.
Yeah, Sinner's definitely in the driving seat. You can see their first timeout as they realize they've got the perfect opportunity here to figure out what kind of money Eclot have, consider what kind of buy they have, and this, if they win it, is likely to take them to victory lane.
Victory lane's a nice place. I've been there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
a few
sweet.
victories in your time, Jason?
Back in the day?
When's the last time you were there?
You know, I feel every day.
Every day's a win.
I'm living on victory lane.
Every day you wake up alive, Jason, it's a victory.
Every day I show up here at 4:30 in the morning, I'm winning.
Put that in a TikTok with some epic music. It's the winter arc. I'm looking up is there a place in the world called Victory Lane? And there's, of course, some sort of... There's like a million companies called that.
I was going to say, it's probably a bar? A bowling alley, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Go-kart racing track.
B-Rush, here we go. B-Stick leading the way. MAC-10 in hand. We spotted little shoulder. Nice kill. One more over in cave, but the MAC-10's doing work. Now the M4 gets involved and chimes in, but not much. He's dropped by an AK-47. Primes Oscar to knock down Forzy, and that's a 12th round for Sinners. And the next round by for Eclot's going to be not great.
No.
Actually, I take that back. It's going to be all right.
Yeah, they have leftover money at least.
I thought they would have. I thought they were completely forced buying into this, but they have saved a little residual cash.
Yeah, they give themselves a chance in this round. Doesn't work out. Yeah, I love how Sinners just kind of punched their way through the B bomb site. It's got the job done very quickly. Map point. You said earlier it was a 13-5 win the last time they played, correct, on Ancient? So
yeah,
it's
very similar at the moment.
Definitely looks very similar. The sad thing, I think Eclot very likely to lose this now, but I think if they go back and watch this, they're gonna feel really disappointed with how many opportunities they had to get into this game that they just like slip really.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's like a buildup of like small mistakes, right? Like that phrase, like it's a straw that broke the camel's back, and you just add so many straws onto it, eventually it gives out. I mean, you want to think about some small mistakes. Go back to the pistol round in this second half. Eclot 4 players tunnel visioned on short over at the B bomb site. No one watching for that long swing. No one taking control of that part of the map and holding onto it. And then obviously the 4v1 that we've covered extensively at this point is that was the actual back-breaking straw added to the camel's back.
This poor camel, man. It's always got a broken back.
Camels are cool, dude.
I had camel milk this year for the first time.
Oh,
I think I drank it with you, yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had 4 different kinds of camel.
Yeah, mixing 4 different flavors of camel milk all at once.
My stomach did feel a little funky.
Yeah, I definitely shocked the system.
Yeah.
Oud flavored camel milk. Not something I would recommend for you guys at home, to be honest. Well, let's get into this one. Sinners 12-6. Eclot halfway there to tying up the scoreline. At that second half of rounds, it's going to be real difficult to pick up. They have to be flawless. For the rest of regulation, Mikey on the charge up the B lane, getting involved in a fight with Kriaz. A good start here for Eclot off the back of the Swede.
Yeah, that nade might have slowed him down just enough. And MBQQ falls in middle. Good equalizing frag found from Marisco. And now Sinners can be a little bit patient in a 4-on-4. 2 players in middle for the defense, 2 players at the B bomb site. Okay, I have a DM just in time because now we can really sell this. It came in at 6:10. That was 30 minutes ago. I have not been checking my phone, obviously, because I'm working. NBQQ, Nubik.
Well, that would have been useful.
Now I can't verify that. It is just from a random person on Twitter, but it seems very trustworthy.
Yeah, always trust everyone I meet on the internet. Shock, he goes right in towards Detour. Oh, Kriaz trying to connect onto Shock through the wood, but fortunately for Shock, he planted on the safe side of the obelisk. Now here comes the play. Kriaz out into the open, into the fight. Nearly a double for Shock as he tries to compose himself. Marisco undetected, but now they realize where he is. So the defuse, it's happening. Nothing he can do about it. So grabs AWP, and the 7th round for Eclot.
Staying alive.
BGs, man. What a
time that was.
What a great time, Jason. I fondly remember those days. I was just chilling in non-existence. That's the rude awakening.
Good job from Detour for his 1 kill and delaying things. It's Kriaz holding on to Cave. Nice trading as they come in at the end of the day. 5 more rounds in a row they need. 2 in a row to get any kind of a reprieve and force Sinners onto a low buy. And if they can win 2 in a row and they do bring Sinners back to maybe just pistols, maybe a half buy, then we could start talking about this being a plausible comeback. For now, though, still backs against the wall.
Haven't seen the Sinners direct A hit, so I'm looking forward to this.
They haven't needed it.
No, they haven't. The setup designed to deal with this is the AWP out of Temple, watching in towards A main. And you do have MBQQ ready to go from
Nubik.
Nubik, that's the one.
That's the one.
You got him ready to go from the donut. Nubik.
Shout out to Dominic Fort.
Shout out to you, Dominic.
I'm probably saying that name wrong. There is an accent on the R, and I don't know what that means, but Dominic, thank you.
It means you just have to put a bit of panache on that R, Jason.
Okay, let's see it. Dinko, put some panache on that R.
Dominic Forte.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
All right, well, they're going to turn this into a split through Red Room. Blitz has eyes on it, kind of, on timing, and timing is perfect. Not to stop it, but just to get the information.
20 seconds. That's all they got. Big Shadow. Broken Dreams as Blitz comes around the back. 4C. Good work. Double kill from behind the big box. And as A play, well, they've left it down to the final 10 seconds of the round. They have to start planning real soon or kill everybody. And with 5 seconds left in the bomb and not being planted, it comes down to the kill, and Kriaz does not put himself in harm's way. So an 8th round for Eclot. Things are stalling out here for the Sinners.
Really good round, though, from Forzy. That's some beautiful shooting with the op. Now, that's actually a wonderful round for Sinners. I know you said they're kind of stalling out, but you get 4 kills again, put the money in a weird situation. You take the op away from the CT side. We just saw how much of an impact and how important it was to that defense, and now that's a resource that Eclot doesn't have. So one of the win conditions that you get to when you're up 12-6 at a certain point is you can grind that economy down, especially the CT economy, really susceptible. And Sinners have done just that. Similar opening with the mass number of bodies towards the A bomb site, more passive towards B where it's just Mikey.
All right. They've learned a lot from their last endeavors towards the A bomb sites.
Well, I have to think, knowing they took the op away, they're like, let's just go back to A.
That was the reason we couldn't get through last time. And 4C's over on the B bomb site this time with the M4, so that is confirmed to them now that He does not have that AWP. Mikey is going to fall down, though, so numbers evened out with 1:10 seconds left on this clock.
Yeah, I got lured into the repeak after giving the man advantage. Would have been huge if he could have stayed alive, because now the beat defenders are like, there's nothing else. No one even attempted to trade, no follow-up utility, no spam whatsoever, so that's going to put Nubik on notice. So is the leg shot from Oscar. But everywhere Sinners go, they're met with a smoke. They've got plenty of time to work this out. Gonna break it open, knowing Nubik is low, and a jumping MAC-10 is gonna clean things up. Now they just have to clear Blitz over at Big Box.
And Blitz is hearing all those steps running in towards him, and he's gonna take his time to swing out into the open. He nearly gets a fortunate lineup. But Marisco drops him, and another step in the right direction for Sinners to close this. And Oscar bangs him out with the AWP. It is just one left. In this battle of the checks, it will be Sinners to come out on top. A 13-8 victory on Ancient. They now go 2-1 in the European RMR.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's always fun, especially at a big event like this with huge implications and a lot of pressure to beat some hometown rivals, to beat a team that you go up against frequently. You not only win the match, go up 2-1, and